Welcome back to Will It Fun,
Woo!
Dust Devils Edition. Woo! This is episode 2 of our experience in Carter, Colorado, 1881. So, just to recap, the two of you came into town. You decided to get some information.
Hashtag priorities.
You met Penny. You spent some
it's
time.
Just information gathering. It's just information gathering. It's not.
Oh, is that what the kids are calling it now?
Yep.
I mean, the few kids that are in town, like the 3. Yeah. That's what and at this point, like, I mean, are they really kids anymore?
They've seen a lot of shit. And
They're the youngest adults I've ever met.
And Mel, you have decided to make an early night and just lock the door.
Go to bed early, get out early.
Alrighty. And Captain Van Wolf, you have been introduced to a giant silver nugget in a nickel mine. This should not be here.
And I left some instructions with the sheriff that nobody leaves unexpectedly.
Nobody leaves unexpectedly.
Yep.
Okay, so, well, let's return to that moment.
Sounds good.
So Jesus, hands bleeding, covered in dirt, walks into the mine, walks you into the mine, and throws this blanket off of this huge silver nugget. It is so large.
My eyes go wide.
And he just looks at you. He says, nobody's ever seen anything like this.
And what do you men think? Is there more where this came from? Was this it? One off?
You see Patty and Sammy kind of lean in from the entrance of the mine. Like, this is all we found, but we didn't think there might be more.
Got me thinking ahead.
We can't do this no more tonight. We can't do this more tonight, but we can get in the morning.
I agree. Now, how many there up here right now?
6 of us.
How many
7
are
and
there?
you.
How many know about this?
You're 7.
All right, nobody else come and gone.
No.
I see. Well, the 7 of us, 8 if you include me, I guess.
No, you're number 7.
The 7 of us. We all know, I told you earlier that this here, if this is a one-off, this is going to be our compensation for a long, hard, cold, dark winter. But if there's more of that, them Carters, they're going to need to know about that. This is their mine, mind you. So, here's what's going to happen. This ain't going nowhere tonight. We're going to keep this real safe. We're going to find out tomorrow if this is now a silver mine and not a nickel mine. If this is a silver mine, mind you, we're going to be the first ones here, and we're going to make most of the money from that, because nobody else is getting in here in time to lay a claim. But if this is all there is, this is an anomaly in this here mine, we're going to make sure that this happens right. In the meantime, 7 of us, we need to have some trust and some discipline. Nobody's going to be leaving with this here before we understand what we're dealing with in this mine. You all understand that?
You hear? Yep. Yes. Yep.
And just to make sure that my point is clear, I did not tell Boss Camden what you all found, but I did tell him to make sure that nobody leaves unexpectedly. Now that includes our new guests who just delivered us our provisions. Nobody leaves unexpectedly, and we all best be careful with strangers in town.
Yep. Yes.
All right, so we're going to keep this safe. We're going to make sure this doesn't go nowhere. And we're going to find out tomorrow if there's more of this in this here mine, and it's now a silver mine. And we all going to be real rich if this is now a silver mine.
What do we do with this now? It's just sitting right here. This is so heavy. This is fucking heavy.
Yeah, I'm sure it took a lot even to drag this out here.
Yeah.
Dealer, would I have an understanding, or would any of them have an idea of, like, how to keep something like this safe?
You gotta stash it somewhere.
Do we move it down a different mine shaft that people wouldn't go down? Do we bring it to town? Like I don't know.
Sure, yeah.
Answer.
There are a couple of nearby buildings, but nearby buildings get rummaged through. Like
Right.
in the mine might be the safest place.
Probably down a different shaft.
Yeah.
Yeah. One that's we've tapped it out. Nobody goes down there normally. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As you're looking around, you only see 5 faces.
Where's the other 2 boys?
You're number 6.
Where's the other? Who am I missing?
You are missing one person. You can't quite tell who is missing. You only know Patty and Jesus.
So I'm asking Jesus and Pat. Who are we missing here? You said 7, including myself. We're missing one.
They all look at each other. Tommy's gone.
Tommy who?
They start. Tommy Long. Few of them rush out into the grabbing torches, exit the mine, start looking around the area. Tommy, you son of a bitch, Tommy! No response.
Well, now, that's not what we want. Obviously, you didn't get off with much since this is still sitting here, but we don't know what he's fixing to do. Anybody sees Tommy tonight, you send him my way.
One of the horses is gone.
One of the horses that I brought in.
So you
There
and
were not a lot of
Jesus.
horses here before.
You and Jesus
Yeah.
came up. So there were 2 horses.
Yeah.
Now there's only 1 horse.
So horse is gone. Tommy done left here in the last few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
If he ain't back in town, we're gonna have a problem. I'll just look at them all and go, let me put it this way. We find Tommy tonight, we find what he's on about. Maybe he just wanted to go back to the saloon and have a celebratory drink. If that's not the case, if he's gone, we don't find him tomorrow, and Boss and his boys didn't find him on the way out of town, because I warned them, look out for people leaving unexpectedly. We don't find him and understand what that's about. We got to assume the Carters are going to find out about this. And that thing's got to stay right here, because if it's unaccounted for, there's going to be some heads going to roll. So, we're going to put this safekeeping down another shaft for now. We're going to go have a little look around for Tommy. And I'm going to ask the boss about Tommy. Hopefully he turns up by morning. But we're going to act like we're doing the right thing here. We're going to act like we have every intention of delivering this to the Carters, get our just rewards for it, and this is going to be a very profitable mine in the future. I know that's a lot of money sitting right there. Some of you got some devils behind you, but you got to play it smart tonight, else we all are going to have some problems.
They start picking up the thing. It is clearly just a monstrous weight. And they start trucking it down the mine. You help them?
Oh yeah, I'll give him a hand.
All right.
I'm not in good faith.
Yeah.
It's the thing that needs to happen.
Yep.
This is how we're going to deal with this situation. Mm-hmm. We're in this together.
All right. So the 6 of you carry this giant thing down a ways, left a little, into a little pocket that seems to have been a bit forgot about or tapped out. And
it's also probably worthwhile that I know where we put it.
Yes. You find this spot. All of you know where it is, and covered up, throw some dirt on it. Yeah. It is as hidden as you think is reasonable.
Right.
These guys are just tapped out.
Absolutely.
They're exhausted.
I tell them all to go back to town, get some sleep, have a drink. Mm-hmm. We got provision for the first time in a long time.
They start walking on back and taking the horse.
It's a good question. No, I'm gonna walk with them. I'm gonna see what they have to say, if they're saying anything.
They're in shocked, exhausted silence. Okay. Yeah, like you just hear the raggediest, like wheezing breathing from these guys.
When nobody's saying anything, a little ways down the road, I will hop on the horse and I'm gonna tell them, I'm gonna go check in with the boss back in town. I'll see you back there, boys.
Off you go. So from upstairs, you have presumably decided to just stay here for the night?
Well, I have no choice. It's like my whole objective is to gain as much information as possible. So I finished with Penny, and I'm poking my head out looking to see who else I can possibly gain information from. So I'm assuming after a few hours with Penny, gaining as much information as possible, I look down and I see a good old game of poker going on.
Yep.
It's just like, okay.
Yeah, there are a
Like-
few folks who are just, they're finally, there's a sigh of relief.
Like everybody's belly's full, like everybody's eating, like things are going well. So
Few
it's like,
people
all right,
passed
like,
out on tables. Like,
I looked down, I was like, all right, like game of poker. Like, see what other information I can go down here and try to retrieve. So go down, of course someone opts out, like, bad hand, blah blah. Like
Take their place.
like I don't take their hand, but I take their
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
It's like, because I'm just like, yeah.
they fold their out.
They fold their out. But I asked, hey, gentlemen, is there any chance I can get in on this table? Sure.
Absolutely. Sit on down.
Have a seat. It's like, hey, we deal the cards. Game goes on for a little bit, but of course, I start asking inquiring questions like, hey, like I heard Mr. Black usually has good hands when he plays you guys. What's that about?
Sammy? Well, he's crap for luck. He doesn't know. He doesn't really know how to play poker. He doesn't know how to read people.
Like,
Where'd you hear he had good hands?
got a few eyes and ears around. Like, I know I'm new in town, but know the right people to reach out to.
Huh?
Reach out.
Before Packard Bell.
I don't know. They were found around this year, I think.
Yeah, sure. I think so. Telegraph was about-ish now in the works. Not here yet, but
But still, playing the hand, and then just reading the guys that I'm at the table with, like, well, do any of you gentlemen frequent, Mr. Samuel Black? Like, are you friends, acquaintances, co-workers, anything like that?
so we're gonna put a challenge on this one.
Okay.
So you are trying to gain information about Samuel Black, and you're trying to do so with a group of total strangers who are having a good night, but also deep in their cups and playing a game of poker, which for the first time they actually feel strong enough to fight if they get angry about it. So tell me what you're trying to find out.
What we get for
Well,
Should have kept him hungry.
like the biggest nugget of information, if I can use that,
You may
is, like,
use
that
a
I'm,
nugget.
that I'm trying to get out of these gentlemen, honestly, is for one, his whereabouts, but for two, his habits.
Okay.
Because if I can find out, like, his strengths and his weaknesses, because, like, the young lady already told me, 7'2", like, strong as an ox, like, choking people out and, like, with one hand and everything like that. So I need to find out what his weaknesses are. So what I'm actually trying to get out of these gentlemen, or maybe some of his flaws, a weakness, something I can use against him.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
like, if he's got a family or he's got, like, loved ones in town or something like that, something I can basically use to stack things in my favor if it does come to either me having to pull off this bounty where I have to kill him and bring him in, or if I can bring him in alive.
All right. So what are your stats here? I'm eyeing what I think it is, but you tell me what you think it is.
Well, because I'm not going to be able to use my eyes for this one, really. Like, as far as...
It's also intellect, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
so,
intellect,
and
it's
that's what I'm
wits.
trying to... So, like, because intellect falls under either guts or heart. So...
No, intellect is eyes. Intellect is diamonds.
Diamonds?
So-
Okay. So,
yeah,
so it is eyes. Okay. So, yeah.
I think
So then it's just reading the gentleman at the table, which...
See, Seems like that might be like diamond and hearts. Like
That's
if your
how I'm
charisma
looking
is,
at
like,
it, yeah.
How persuasive can you be?
Well, because I've only got 2 in heart, so I'm
And you're-
not that persuasive, but I can still read
Exactly.
like read the guys that I'm playing against in this poker game. So it's like, it's like most of them being in that they are indeed drunk and bellies are full. It's like reading them is like, okay, like I'm more or less weeding out like who's the one that's actually could talk and someone is going to keep their mouth shut.
So those are your 7 cards to start. 5 for diamonds, 2 for hearts. This is going to be a 5-card stud hand for me. It's not against a specific person, just against the difficulty. So let's see, eyes like a hawk, drinks like a fish, rage. I don't know that any of those are present here.
And do you think any of those are helping you right now?
As it stands, no. Like the eyes of the hawk maybe, but it's light only because it's helping me like kind of like try to see who's actually going to give up the goat.
For sure. So let's talk about chips, since you have quite a few of them. Chips can be used you can spend a chip to get 1 and only 1 extra card during the deal. You can also spend a chip to discard and draw another card during the deal, and that's in addition to like if you're drawing on your experience. And then the last thing you can do in a poker hand is you can spend a card to get out of it. I spend a chip to fold. You can't fold without spending a chip. So if you're like, oh my God, this hand is garbage and I need to get out, you can buy your way out with a chip. If you don't have any chips, you have to play the hand.
What does it mean to fold? Like, does that mean like your goal doesn't succeed, but it also doesn't fail?
Effectively, yeah. So if you're playing up against somebody, like if your goal is to fight them and their goal is to fight you, and then you fold, then they simply aren't at risk of the fight. So you can just leave it be. However, if you have 3 people going for like the same thing, like we all want the silver nugget, for example, one person can fold and can be out of the hand, but the other 2 are still involved in that.
Okay.
Oh, this is not good.
Well, you got a bunch of chips.
You do have a bunch of chips.
I think I'm actually gonna fold out of this one because and I don't see this poker game going well as far as like me gaining an information, because for one, these guys are too drunk and they don't actually know Samuel Black like I would hope that they would. So yeah, like this was more or less a wasted endeavor.
So you do have 8 chips. You can spend 1 to buy another card. You can. It's that much garbage. All right, give me a tip then. Thank you very much.
Like,
And I will take your card.
that's a terrible hand.
And that's exactly what chips are for. It's like, this is garbage. I'm out. See ya.
Like, no, that did not work out in my favor. Look, those guys had none of the information I needed.
Yep.
Should probably go back to the hookers.
So another thing that happens is that if somebody is still left in the hand, any follow-up they narrate by default. Yeah. So there's not much to narrate here other than what you've already said. So it doesn't really pay a whole lot or it doesn't really matter a whole lot in this particular instance. But yeah, you are. You know what? You're folding out of the game entirely. Thanks for your time, folks. But I'm out.
These guys don't know anything, and they're not willing to give it up. And yeah, I'd rather not have to shoot 3 guys dead at a poker game for nothing.
That would not go well tonight.
No, it would not. And as you're starting
that lovely log cabin prison that you guys have,
as you're
I would
starting
somehow
to
try to find some way to burn that down.
I mean, there's dynamite at mines. It's pretty wet to burn, but you can still make some damage. So as you're wrapping up the game, as you're starting to stand up, you hear horse galloping down the street, just like a little slushy, wet mess in the snowy road. And you hear it come to a stop, and as you're standing up and saying your goodnights, a man walks in, and he is just head to toe dirt. He's got like tiny like smears of blood on him. He just looks like he crawled out of a grave at this point, and he's wild-eyed and looking at who's left in there. His eyes briefly glance at you, and he's like, "What? Who's this?" Anyway, and he's looking around, and he goes to a couple of people in the corner, and he leans in and intently grabs them, pulls them close, and whispers really, really softly, but fiercely. You can just tell that his body is on edge, and the two of them are like, they lean back in shock and surprise, and they all start to leave.
Well, with my level 5 eyes.
Yep. With your keen intellect.
Like my special eyes. It's like, I notice the movement, the jerking motions, and it's like, okay. All three, like, because you said it's three.
Three,
right?
yeah.
So these three gentlemen are bolting out of the saloon. Like, I'm getting up, throwing my duster back on, like, all right, like, fun game, gentlemen. Follow them out, get out to the front of the saloon, spark a cigarette, and I watch these gentlemen as they're still kind of bunched up talking, but they're like near the horse that he rode in on. Mm-hmm. And it's sporadic movements, you know, he's this big and boop, boop. And I'm just kind of ear hustling. I just trying to listen in and like just see what information I can grab. But I'm really only looking for information on Samuel. But this also is too big. Like it's
like you hear
Something's not right here.
like it's
Sammy's name. And you hear him, or you see him gesticulate up to you hear him point.
Because what I was gonna say was like, you know, the guy mentions Samuel, but it's like Samuel has something to do with this, like, cause him being the big strapping man that he is, be like, he's the only guy that's big enough or strong enough to move this thing.
You don't catch anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah, you hear like Sammy, big, move it tonight, and
Okay.
that's as much as you can catch.
All right. So with that little bit of information, like finish smoking my cigarette and then just keep an eye on these guys, like just watching their movements.
Yeah. So they lead the horse. They start to lead the horse back to the mine, and then the dirty guy stops, puts his hand out and waits or stops the other two, and then he takes them off the side of the road, like towards the woods. And in terms of like Carter's like a road and then a couple of buildings off to the side and really just thick wilderness
like
beyond
thick
that.
wood and
It's a
fields
very
after that.
small cleared out area.
Okay. So I can only say, like, still using my keen eyes, it's just like watching them as they move along. And I would say I'm gonna play my eyes like for this one. It's like, even with it being as dark as it is, I can still make them out, like, as they're moving through the woods, like
To a point,
still
yeah.
kind of see like what direction they're going in, like where they're going.
You can see to a point until it's just like they
till
are
it's
in
gone.
the woods. Yeah. But you also see that they leave the horse behind somewhere over there in the woods, not far from the road, but still. Yeah, you can tell, like, you wouldn't bring a horse through the woods. It's way too thick. It's
doesn't
way
make
too
any
dark.
sense.
Yeah, that horse is gonna fall and break his leg and die. So, yeah, take it off, leave it there. You intuit that that's the move.
I'm trying to think, what would be the best course of action for me? I mean, because the only thing I could do from that point, like, is seeing as how they dropped Sammy's name, I would instinctively, because that's my target, I would have to kind of follow them a little bit. Like, not too close, but just to kind of see, like, what all this is leading to and what's actually going on. Like, why is Mr. Black involved in this situation?
Sure. Yeah.
So
you follow these men carefully into the woods. Mel, you are woken up by a loud, persistent, rhythmic thumping on the opposite side, or the opposite side of the wall from you. It is impossible to sleep. It is very, very not possible to deal with this horrendous racket that you're just not.
I apologize up front.
Well, this is
Like
not
Penny
you.
and I were having a long night. I'm sorry.
This wasn't even you. This is somebody else who's finally feeling some hope, and boy, are they feeling some hope.
Very hopeful.
They're feeling extremely.
I'm going to
hopeful.
get up. I'm going to gather my things. I'm going to look outside and see if I can gauge how long until dawn.
Maybe a couple of hours. Maybe.
I'm going to go down and like basically just start prepping to leave. So I'm
Yep.
going to go down to my cart and start making sure stuff's in order. I'm going to make sure the horses are taken care of.
Night with Penny.
And hope.
So I don't know where all of that happens in the span of.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're accustomed to this hour. Like many a time you've been like up at this hour because, well, it's just about time to do a job, or you just got back from a job, or you need to go rob somebody immediately because why not?
It may or may not have happened before.
So it is
Allegedly.
allegedly only the once where you're.
I only got caught once.
Yeah, only the once. So here you are in just too fucking early in the morning, but fine, not a big deal. And you're getting the two horses like ready to go. You're pulling them off, blankets off. They've been set up nicely for the night. The cart's off to the side, and as you're doing this, you excuse me, you have the hiccups, which clearly I do. So you're putting the cart together, and you hear the horses whinnying as they're just not wanting to deal with this either, and you hear a snort from the porch of the sheriff's office, and a fella that you didn't talk to earlier, but recognized, one of the deputies, sits bolt upright from his chair and looks at you and says, "Hey, what are you doing? Hey, no leaving." He
Wait,
stands
why
up.
no leaving?
He stands up. He hitches up his pants. He's like, no, nobody can leave right now.
I don't know if you know this, but I don't live here. And I have jobs to do.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. We're just nobody's leaving. Nobody's leaving right now.
By authority of who exactly?
Oh, by Ben and Boss Camden.
Is there a world in which I have to obey the orders of these people?
Yeah. Yeah, this is Carter. This is the company town.
Yeah, I also work for Carter.
Well, then yeah, then they
That's their cart, and I would like to go.
well you can't. You work for the Carters, then you stay here. That's the job.
This is gonna end great.
I'm going to
Yeah.
turn around and start getting my horses ready and ignore them.
Well, you can get it ready, but just like don't leave, okay? Just don't leave, all right?
Until...
I don't know. Ask Ben.
Great, so you don't know nothing, so I don't have to listen to you, and I'm going to continue on going and get my horses ready.
He says, okay, just don't leave. Just don't leave. He goes and he sits back down on the porch, and he is watching you, and he's trying not to fall asleep.
Cool.
You arrive in town, and you catch the tail end of this exchange.
Okay, so I do see that.
Yeah.
Do I see anything else as I'm coming in? Any of that riding out into the woods? None of that.
Not quite. You just missed it. But
That's
you
my arc.
Just making sure.
absolutely.
All right. Well, if the first thing I see is that I would. I'm not galloping, but I would trot up, get off the horse, hitch it up.
And you hear Ty Birdie stand up. Hey, Ben, she's trying to leave. I told her not to, but she says yeah.
I can see that, Deputy Birdie. Thank you. You said your name was Mel, right?
Yeah.
Look, you work for the Carters just like I do, right?
Yep. Unfortunately.
I'm gonna take Mel a little aside, just round the wagon probably, and say, "Look, we got a little situation with the mine tonight, and I'm missing a man right now, so I need to make sure that nobody's coming and going without permission. You understand?"
So, let me get this straight. You're missing a man in this mine, and I just got here, and somehow I can't leave?
Nobody's leaving until we find that man and that horse, and we understand what just happened.
That horse that I just gave you.
Yeah, that's right. People have been holed up here a long while, and they're making some bad choices tonight. I'm sorry you're wrapped up in it, but you're going to have to sit tight for a minute. I'm not asking you for you to do anything untoward. I just need you not to leave until we sort out the situation.
How long before you think you'll have this situation sorted?
I'm hoping we get it done by noon. It's not too bad, right?
It's not too bad. That's a mighty long time from now.
I know you got business to attend to. We all do.
Ain't getting any sleep in that place either.
If there's any place I could tell her in town that's quieter, you can go hold up in the sheriff's office. It's probably pretty quiet in there. We ain't got nobody arrested right now.
That's all right. I think I'll continue getting my horses ready so I can be on my way.
That's your prerogative. Anyhow, I appreciate you cooperating. I'm not trying to make this hard on you, but you know how the Carters are about their property going missing.
He said unknowingly pointedly.
I may know a little bit of something about that.
Well, we ain't got to worry about that as long as you ain't involved in it tonight.
Not tonight.
And we cut to...
But I would like to turn away from that,
Yeah.
wrapping up that conversation, go back to Ty and say, Ty, you seen Tommy?
Tommy? No.
He was asleep.
You know Tommy.
No, that
You
one.
know Ty.
That one was just asleep.
Well, I'm going to clap Ty real hard in the shoulder and go, that's some good looking out, deputy. I'm going to go talk to Boss instead.
Fuck.
And I'm going to walk away, and I'm going to find both Boss and probably anybody who's still awake in the saloon, and I'm just going to ask after Tommy until I get an answer about has he been through here, which I assume somebody will eventually tell me yes.
So you head into the sheriff's office for Boss first,
Sure.
and we'll come back to you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yep. In the woods, you are creeping behind these three individuals, and you...
I'm assuming I have my hand on my gun belt.
Yes, you are. you do indeed. You're very confident in this. Like, this is not unfamiliar territory for you. The darkness of the woods is perfectly safe.
I was born in it. Like molded by it.
The darkness of the woods.
Like, oh, you merely adopted the dark.
You're creeping behind these guys, and you hear them stop moving. And what the fuck was going on? What are you talking about? And the dirty guy, he says again, you don't understand. It was huge. The biggest nugget of silver I've ever even heard of. It's almost as tall as me.
So, with that information, of course, my ears perk up. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay. It's like, there might be more to this town than I thought. It's like, now, I could very easily get the drop on these gentlemen and draw my gun and get the rest of the information about said nugget. But I'm still biding my time because I'm still here for my target. Mm-hmm. So I'm listening in for a little bit more, like just to see if my target's name comes up again. But it doesn't. They're just focused on this nugget. So it's like, well, the information about this nugget is still something that can play out in my favor. Like, and knowing that, well, I don't know that Thomas is the one that they're looking for, but like, since I'm in the location of someone that's actually being in pursuit or being pursued, it's like, it's kind of actually hard to tell, because since I don't know that Thomas is more or less on the run because he knows about it, but I got him dead to rights. So,
Are you engaging, or are you sneaking away with the information you have?
I'm gathering as much information as possible, but I don't actually feel the need to actually draw down on them. So I'm actually going to take the information that I do have about this huge nugget, and I'm just going to slink back. Slink back to the city or the town.
Am I going to make you draw? Nah, you
The
just
glimmer
do.
of hope tempting you back to town.
Because like thinking about it, it's like, because it's only two options. It's like either I take this information, because information is key. So it's like, so having that little bit of information, like, and I'm the new person in town, so I could very easily use that against a lot of different players, or I draw down on the guy, have him spill the beans, and then I kill him, and then I'm in way more trouble that way. So it just makes more sense to take the information, and book it back.
It's the safe play. That makes a lot of sense. All right, so you let these three talk amongst themselves. They give you the information that they unintentionally give you.
Smithers, bring the car around.
And they creep off further in the woods, away from town. Presumably, you think, towards the mine. And you head back towards the street. You go and you grab Boss Camden, and you fill him in on?
I am going to let him know that there is a situation at the mine. The men believe that they found something, and now we are missing Tommy. And I don't know if this is irrational exuberance or he's making some poor life choices, but we need to find Tommy and anybody else that may be making bad decisions tonight.
Okay,
I would even tell him that you might want to send one of his boys up to the mine with a little bit of coffee and tell him to fire off his gun if anybody comes snooping about.
Hang on. So, what did they find that someone might be snooping about and needing to be fired off with a gun?
Let me put it this way, boss. These men, they are tired, they are a little delirious, they worked themselves all day, didn't even eat this nice meal we got here. We need to verify what they found in the morning, but in the meantime, I don't want anybody ruining their lives.
What do they think that they found?
They might have seen something mighty valuable in there.
Look, Ben, we've been through a lot, and I really don't want to I don't want to needle you, but we're in this together,
boss,
man.
I understand.
All right, so then what are you hiding from me?
They believe they might have found a little bit of silver in that hill right there.
Silver?
They believe that. We don't want to jump to any conclusions, but now Tommy's missing, and I don't know where he went, and I don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
And with him in his state of mind, we got a problem. And tomorrow, I want to sort this out when we got some light, and we got some sanity in us, we get a little bit of sleep, people are going to make some good choices.
All right.
Before dawn hits, I think nothing good's going to come of this, and I don't want anybody going in that mine trying to make off with something that's going to end up hanged or shot.
Okay.
Especially if it's over nothing.
Okay. All right.
We don't know.
So, if it's... I'll go. I don't know if I trust anybody to be level-headed but you and me around this.
That's fair. I mean, I told all them boys up there tonight, I told them you get some sleep. You don't worry about it, because if this is what you think it is, We're the ones here with the claim. We're going to be the first ones to make all that money. Nobody needs to do anything foolish tonight.
Yeah. Who else knows about this?
I would list off the people, the
Yeah.
6 people who were there, including Tommy and myself.
Cool.
7, including myself.
You're number 7.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like outright hide it from Boss. I
Sure.
just don't want anybody spreading unnecessary rumors that's gonna mess this whole thing up until we get it out of the way.
Yeah, definitely.
So I mean, if he's gonna go up there, then I would set about checking the saloon.
So the two of you exit at the same time, and you see this fella, Willy, whom you met very briefly earlier,
Yep.
come out from the woods from behind the saloon.
Gotcha. Hey there, Mr. Willy.
Ben, good to see you.
You too, sir. Coming from the woods. What you been up to?
That I am. Over there having a piss. Is that a problem?
Nah, no problem with taking a leak in the woods.
I would think not.
But you seen anybody coming and going while you was out there?
I mean, that depends. Who exactly am I looking for?
Looking for a man, maybe on a horse especially.
Now, for the information that I do have,
Pause for just a second. At this point, Boss is hopping on the horse that you rode in on, and just tips his hat and says, "You take care of things here.
Understood?
I'll see you in the morning."
Would I be in the vicinity to witness any
Yep,
of this
not
shit?
far.
Yeah.
I'll say-
You are seeing these two come out.
I assume this town is about 1 block long.
Yeah.
That is correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like
Yeah.
right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's trying to hide anything because everybody thinks that they're being secretive enough, and you haven't heard the word silver yet.
In fact, I would even say when he asked that and I mentioned the horse, I would say one of those horses that was hitched to that wagon. Somebody's got it at the moment, and they may be making some poor life choices tonight.
With a horse I just left here and still do not have an official note for.
Yeah, we both got a problem on that one.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
So I don't know if while you was out in the woods, you might have noticed anything.
like while I was out in those woods, as you call it, yeah, I happened to see a brown mare.
You did.
I did.
It's still out there.
As far as I know, yeah, it's still there.
You mind showing me where it's at?
Well, that's gonna cost you.
I see you're that kind of man. You're not a company man, then you're not with the Carters.
No, I am not.
I see.
Like, I work for a man named Big Dallas. If you've ever heard
Would I
that
know
name
that
before.
name?
You might have. Yeah. There's some weight to it, but you can't quite place it.
Gotcha. I guess let me ask this question.
Sure. Yeah.
In this economy, I assume I am being reasonably compensated as like middle management.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Like you're not. You would be one tier below boss.
yeah.
And probably a tier or two above the foreman and the deputy folk who are.
Then I would just look at Willy and go, "Yeah, I understand how that's gonna work. Let me put it this way: if you're willing to stick around until we see this through, I'm hoping this is real quick, maybe noon today. The more you provide useful information, the more I'm going to compensate you. If you need something right now, I can give you some change, but I got to see some results before you get anything of significant value."
Oh, so he's allowed to leave and I have to wait.
Oh no, he's not
No.
going anywhere either. He's going with me to show me this horse.
Well, then I think I'm also going to follow and go find that horse.
You are welcome to walk along with us.
And-
Well, since we're all in agreement, as long as I get compensated for the information I'm providing, I'll provide said information.
I'll give a handshake, and I'm a man of my word.
Like,
Ty Birdie from the porch, just kind of like you see him trying to lean his way into the conversation, sort of loosely. Just, "Hey Ben, Ben, need any help over there? You need,
From the sleepy one?
I'm awake, damn it. Come on.
You weren't earlier, and it sounds like you were meant to watch.
Deputy Birdie, what I need from you is for you to stay here in this town square right here, and make sure that you note all the comings and goings, especially the goings.
Fine.
Might
All
want to
right,
get
yeah.
some coffee.
Well, apparently I'm not
Put
supposed to
whiskey in
leave.
if it makes it any better.
Just
You
gonna
weren't
s-
supposed to
he just
sleep
sits
either.
back down, grumpily.
If I catch you sleeping, boss is gonna hear about it.
If I catch me sleeping, boss is gonna hear about it.
That one's even more difficult than I am.
Well, I don't know you yet, but he's a special one, that's for sure. So I take it we're gonna head out in the woods.
So I'm assuming I lead you, like, and the rest of the party to where the horse either is or should be. Because since these gentlemen, they either left, like, 'cause I can't remember if
Yeah.
you said they left the horse and then walked off on their own.
Horse
Yep.
there or not?
Horse
Right.
is there.
Okay.
Is
So
it the right horse?
It is the right horse. Yes.
So, sure enough, lead you to the horse,
That's a real good start, my friend.
but that's it. It's like, I get
Yeah.
you there, it's like,
No, that's good.
like brown mare.
I
It's
understand.
like, and then I'm assuming you ask, well, where's the guy that was with the horse?
Well, I'm gonna ask you. Do you see who left this horse here?
Like,
You know you got more coming. The more you tell me.
as a matter of fact, I did, but it's still gonna cost you.
We could have a brief negotiation about the price. Like,
yeah.
I mean, a brief negotiation. Like this is. I know the importance of this. I'm not trying to nickel
Sure,
and dime
right.
him.
And how much are you pushing for? Like, oh, it'll be a couple of bucks, or like, no, this is going to the
Right.
money.
So,
I'm actually.
like me being,
I guess the
me
question
being-
is like, are either of you trying to?
well,
Does this need a challenge or not?
like,
what I
like
actually-
me being the dick that I am, I'm gonna be like, I want in on this nugget. Like, yeah.
Do you say that
Yeah.
in front of me? I go, nugget.
My face is flat.
It's just like,
Pure poker face.
like I want in on this nugget. Like, I've already heard 4 feet long, all silver.
Excuse me?
I'm gonna look at him first and then at you and go, look, Tommy's the man that took this horse. He's delirious. We don't know what we found yet. That's why no one's leaving till noon tomorrow when we can figure this out in the daylight.
Makes a lot of sense. So you'd find a 4-foot long silver nugget in a nickel mine and not want anyone to leave.
Exactly. If we found a silver nugget in a nickel mine, I don't know that we did. It has not been verified yet. Those men haven't eaten in weeks. They worked through the night.
I have eaten recently. I am very well fed and generally well rested. And I definitely know what silver looks like. I could verify it for you right now. You want to show me where it is?
Glad to have you verify that with us properly when we get to it in the daylight. In the meantime, I got Tommy, and you say there was more with him?
There were 2 more gentlemen with Tommy, if that's what you want to call him. I don't know the man's name. I just know they led the horse out here, and there was talk of a nugget
Then
that
I
was
think
4 feet long and as heavy as an ox.
then I think we got 3 men who are going to throw their lives away either over nothing or over a lot of something that they're trying to screw this entire populace out of. Either way, they about to die if they don't make a better decision. So, I'm intending to make sure that doesn't happen. I am trying to do right by these people here because they have suffered, I have suffered. You two just got here, but I'm sure you've suffered too, and I respect that. If you intend to screw this populace over, just like Tommy and them do, then we're going to have a problem too. But I hope that that is not the case, especially since we are standing in the woods, and I don't trust Ty back there very much.
Well, it's not my
Don't blame me
MO
there.
to screw over your population. Your hookers, yes. But not your population. So, if you are willing to compensate me for the information that I have provided, like I said, I want in on this nugget. Whether it exists or not, I still demand payment.
you're gonna get your payment either way, and now that y'all here and are part of this, I guess you're not outsiders anymore. You're gonna become a part of Carter, Colorado, for better or worse. So yes, you will have your share of whatever proceeds may be coming to all of us, provided that it doesn't A, disappear overnight, or B, not exist.
So why don't we? I assume that those
By the
fine,
way-
upstanding gentlemen. Yes.
By the way, Mr. Willy, what did you come here for exactly?
I was looking for a Samuel Black.
Yeah,
He has
what you
a
want,
bounty on his head of $200, and I came to collect said bounty. Now, I've been sent here by, like I told you before, Big Dallas, to collect said bounty. But I'm willing to put that aside if this nugget is more prosperous than that bounty. Now,
Keeler,
And-
quick question.
As a reminder, there is also a second piece of information that you haven't looked at, and that's the letter that's accompanying the bounty that you do have.
like, but I have to wait until I actually have him to open it.
Those are the instructions.
Dealer, quick
Yes, sir.
question. Given that I am a heartless man,
Yeah.
do I weigh Samuel's life in the positive of he is such a hard worker that the problems with him are worth the value he's going to give as a worker, or is he already got a problem with me, he's got a bounty on his head, he's a violent man? Do I care if this guy goes down?
Honestly,
Is
he
he
is.
expendable?
Yeah.
The things that you know about Sammy are he is a very good worker.
Sure.
He is a reliable, but he's not self-directed. He is told what to do and he does it. And he has the strength of 4 men when he gets going.
Gotcha.
For that, he's worth a good amount of money.
Okay, got it. Then I would respond to that with, well, I'll tell you what. If this does turn out that this is not a nickel mine, this is a silver mine, Sammy's going to be worth a lot to the company. A lot more than $200. If this is not what we hope that it may be, you can collect your bounty and I'll make sure that's not too difficult for you.
In terms of what $200 is worth realistically at this particular time, you'd probably make 100 in a little less than a month.
Sure. No, I understand.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Oh
but
yeah, I'm
not
just putting it in
life-changing
perspective.
money. Yeah. I mean, this. If you have a ballpark, what is this nugget of silver worth? Like,
Millions.
oh shit.
Yeah, that's so. And
Okay.
That's,
Yeah.
So that's an
Yeah.
order
So
of
like
magnitude higher than I thought.
sorry,
So,
like
and-
I'm
and
saying
hundreds of
millions in our world. Yeah.
okay,
So
okay.
yes, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Got it.
In
So that's-
1881.
Yeah.
really why I'm playing it up. Like, all right, like the bounty's one thing.
You can
but-
buy me off,
but
and I'll go away and say I haven't
with that
seen it.
nugget,
Good.
like you could very easily pay me off, and you still get to keep Sammy. And I'll just say I never found him.
And
That's-
at that moment, you hear Sammy, Sammy, Sammy. Several voices yelling from in the street down a little ways.
Sounds like you have a very quick decision to make, sir.
I'm just gonna shake your hand. I think we have an agreement. And I think you strike me as somebody who also knows how to make a agreeable decision. So I'll shake your hand as well. I think we have an agreement as well. We don't have a problem tonight. We
No,
all leave here happier tomorrow.
hopefully very happy.
That would be lovely.
Like to
Why not?
buy my freedom, thank you.
I don't know your troubles, but maybe tomorrow we'll have a drink about it. And in the meantime, I hear they're calling for that man you're looking for. So let's go see what's happening.
So if you head back into the end of the street, I take it.
Yes,
Like,
I would approach actually a little bit stealthily. Like I'm not just gonna walk in. I want to know what's going on before I'm inserting myself.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Excuse me.
Like with hope.
Just like, hope you're okay in here. We heard you screaming down the street. You all right? I hope you're okay, Hope.
So what you see is Patrick, Jesus, and Helen, who is one of the folk up there.
She's just one of the folk.
She's one of the folk who was up at the mine. One of the folks who was digging out. One of the small group. One of the 7, including you. So
How many? Should we do math again about it?
hang on, millions.
Minor 7.
The minor 7.
Sorry.
Now you're being a chaos gremlin.
I've passed it along on the table.
It's contagious.
I'm infected. Look.
So Patrick, Jesus, and Helen are all in the street, trying to yell softly for Sammy, who it does not respond.
He's not present.
He's not present.
Okay.
The 3 of them are just stepping out of the building that's being used as the barracks currently.
Okay. They're stepping out of it.
Yeah, like they
They're
are.
not hollering into it looking for Sammy. They're stepping out of it.
Yeah, they are on the trajectory. Like you see that they have just left that building and are in the street looking for him, quietly yelling his name.
I'll just look at these two and go, a moment if you would. And I'm going to walk up to Jesus and go, why are you looking for Sammy?
He's not in his fucking bunk anymore. Boss came in and he whispered to him and the both of them left.
Boss came in and took Sammy with them.
Yeah.
I do believe that we have a problem.
Yeah. Who are these 2?
People that are in on it now.
This is Willy here, and this is Mel.
Oh, come on.
They're not, well, you want to know the real truth. They was in on it because Tommy may have been a little loose-lipped. So now they are part of this, but I think we're about to have a whole lot of us be a part of this. Otherwise, there ain't going to be no this tomorrow.
All right, hang on. And Jesus and Helen move back into the building, and Patty just stands there, shakes his head, and crosses his arms. At least I know where the dynamite is.
I was going to ask.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And for better or worse, they don't know where that thing you found may be.
Small group of that. Small group.
That's the question. We know there's, let's see, Tommy, 2 men, Boss, Sammy, that's 5 of them. I believe we got 8 of us.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about
Not exactly the odds that I would like. You two, you're a professional courier, yes?
It's what I currently do.
And you, sir, what's your occupation?
Bounty hunter now.
I was gonna say, I can see by the guns you may have a particular line of work. You good with those?
I am very much so. Also a good tracker. So this man Tommy that you're looking for, you need me to find him too.
Oh, we know where he's headed tonight.
So 4 people exit the barracks, the 2 you know, and the other 2 folks who were up there. Altogether, Jesus, Helen, Drew, and Bill, if you're keeping track.
Bill, I didn't catch Bill previously. I'm gonna gather everybody real close. I'm gonna look at them. I go, the clock, it is a ticking, but we got a quick decision we need to make here first. We are going against our own folk who may be going against us. And it's not likely to be quiet. So when this is all said and done, if we're the ones left standing, we're going to have some questions to answer. And we need to have one answer for those that's asking questions.
Well, I've got one. How many people are we silencing?
If they decide that they're against us, we got, what did I just say?
6.
6 men up there.
As I roll.
But the real question is going to be not how many, but why did we do it? Yes, 5.
5.
Tommy plus 2 plus Boss plus Sammy
Yeah,
is
5.
5. Yeah.
All right.
Versus Art.
Millions.
As I roll the barrel of my gun, it's like, that leaves me 1 extra bullet.
There's more ammo in the cart.
I appreciate your confidence, but that is not my concern. I believe that, especially with your presumed talent, we could win a gunfight, but 5 men dead in the mine, there's going to be a lot of questions about what they was killed over. And if we go telling them they was killed over a 4-foot nugget that doesn't exist, and we got some people who happen to have moved on from this town real suddenly, I think the Carters and whatever other muscle they can hire are going to have some other bounties out real quick.
Okay, well, as the French say, touche.
I got a quick question. Is it possible that we could just take care of any of the dissenting parties and then maybe it's just a 2-foot nugget?
Now that's a suggestion that I could get behind.
And there are murmurs of assent from
All right,
the other
then
folk.
I think we got ourselves an agreement here.
And a couple of them do have pistols, not all of them. But you will, like these people, they probably haven't eaten still. Like they crawled into bed, lay down, and they are dead tired. Like they're still on frayed nerves and adrenaline, but
I mean, I would look to well, I don't know what if like I wanted. I knowing that I would want to make sure that they all at least put something in their mouth, like hardtack.
Yeah.
Any literally
Loaf of bread, whatever
Yeah.
you got, you know?
yeah, if you make that suggestion, they're like, oh, right, we haven't done, oh,
We're gonna,
fuck.
We're gonna take literally 2 minutes. You're
Yeah.
gonna walk into that saloon, grab something, tell Mary or whomever it's on Captain Ben, and
Yeah.
walk back out. Like,
Easy peasy, done.
and we're going
Yep.
to mine.
I assume I probably have a shotgun in the wagon.
Yes, you do.
So
Speaking of wagon, there are 3 horses available, 4 if you count Stovepipe, and there is a 5th, but he's a scrawny little mess.
is this road I mean, it's a mine, so I assume you
Oh,
have to
yeah.
get things down from it. So I would assume there is a road substantial enough we could just all pile in the cart.
For sure.
Like, we
And-
could all pile in the wagon.
Yeah, and as a second consideration, this thing weighs hundreds of pounds, right?
Yeah, easy.
They
It took, when the 6 of you were
Yeah, yeah.
carrying it was like, I've got a large
Yeah, yeah.
amount of weight.
No, totally.
Yeah.
The only horse they have is the one that Boss took up there. Stovepipe's here, or is Stovepipe at the mine?
Usually down here at the livery. Yeah, presumably down here.
I mean, can I look at the?
Yeah. Well,
Look
they
across the street and see
while
if there's a horse there?
while they are feeding themselves. Yes, Stovepipe and Steely Butt is the shitty old
Okay.
geezer
so our
horse.
workhorses are here.
Yes,
So the only horse that I believe they have at the mine is the one that I just got from her.
that's correct. The one that Boss
But,
rode
and what
up.
I know
but you have to remember, I led him to the one that Tommy took, so we
Yeah,
got
it's
that.
as
far as we
can
know.
get that.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so-
making sure they don't have more horses.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Would I know, are there any carts up there that could be hitched to that horse?
They could make something work. Yeah.
Okay. So there's reason to believe that they could actually load this onto something and take
wheel it out.
somewhere.
Yes. In terms of exit strategy,
So that was going to be my next question: is what potential paths could they take other than this road? Is there any other way that a cart or something heavy like that could be dragged down with a horse in any other direction?
people can find a way, but there's nothing like
Sure.
clear. Like
Right.
this is the road.
You're gonna be,
yeah.
it's gonna be a hard road. You're gonna be making a mess, like smashing brush.
Yeah.
Like tracking is not gonna be hard. If we're like, I mean, I don't.
Sure.
My occupation is sort of company fixer. I know how to think through a situation.
The places that they
Yeah.
could go down back this road. They could go off to the lumber yard, and like construction is a big part of all of this.
Okay.
So there is the lumber yard.
Okay.
Or they could try to make a dash through the trees.
Yeah, through the trees. I mean, I would know that like that's a suicide.
It
run.
seems
You're
like a
not getting away that
terrible
way.
idea.
But
Yeah.
if I don't find them there, lumberyard's gonna be the next place to go.
Yeah.
Got it. That's what I really wanted to know.
Totally.
Perfect.
I'm with you. All right. So the plan is hop in the cart.
I'm getting my wagon
Yeah,
ready.
let's move it.
Yeah.
All right. So you've got your 2 horses. You've got the cart. What other horses, if any, are you bringing?
I assume we could it's probably wise to just hitch all 4 of the horses back up to this wagon, take it up there with all of us. Mm-hmm. That way we can also move the thing, theoretically.
Yeah, it's going to take a few minutes to get the horses hitched up because they're just like...
I'm doing that while they're getting food and whatever.
Yeah, so you're going to be a bit delayed
whiskey.
if you do hitch the horses up. That like you're timing that out in your mind. If Tommy
I'll start some of us walking if that's the case.
Yeah, so you'll be maybe about 10 minutes behind.
And how worth it is it? Or should we just load up and go?
It's not a bad idea, but I think at least we need a few people there sooner rather than later.
All right.
I would just tell you that's a good decision and catch up as quick as you can. We're obviously not going anywhere in a matter of minutes. But then...
And if you are, I know what I'm going to do next.
Company woman, I understand.
So you are hitching up the horses?
Yep.
Okay.
I've definitely got gun at the ready, and if I see something sketchy, I'm gonna shoot first and ask questions later.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I would tell Ty she's headed up to mine with us.
Just so we know she can actually leave and he doesn't get shot.
I would look at dipshit that whole time and just grin at him. You're like,
I got more.
Sleepy yet?
I got more power than you right now, Ty.
So he leans back in his chair, crosses his arms.
uh-huh.
You want some help?
No.
Good. Wasn't gonna give it to you.
How kind of you to ask for no fucking reason.
You want a drink?
No. And I pull out my own flask.
I'm gonna get a drink. He stands up and he walks across to the saloon.
I will outbitch you. You will not win.
Are you saying this to him, or is that just your soul speaking?
No, that's just my soul.
Like, the inner monologue.
The inner monologue of don't outbitch you. You can't outbitch a bitch.
Oh, I love your cactus.
Tie one on for the evening.
Ah, nice.
Nah.
It's like the Thai pun.
Okay. Who are you taking
The
up?
fancy penguin flips you off.
I'm taking Patrick. Not that Patrick.
The other one.
Yeah.
I'm taking Jesus. It was Helen and Bill were the other ones there?
Helen, Drew, and Bill.
Helen, Drew, and Bill. Yeah, I
Is
guess
it Drew
I'm taking
Barrymore? Like,
them, and I'm taking Willy.
Wait a minute, hang on, let me count. Nope, there is no Drew, just Bill.
Yeah, I think so.
Millions!
I'm like, I wrote the fucking name. I didn't hear it, Drew.
He's
Because you were
inventing
counting
people now.
correctly, and as soon as I finished the lineup, you were like, and nobody else exists because Drew shouldn't have.
So
been
Helen,
said.
Bill, Patrick Houlihan, Jesus, myself, Willy. We got 6 people going up. She's coming behind. I feel like I'm missing one now.
No, you're not. Okay. All right. Hey,
Nope. All right.
Yep.
We'll go with that.
you 3. Patrick, Jesus, Helen, and Bill.
Sure.
7.
okay.
Yes. All right. And then the people up there are, to your knowledge, Samuel, Boss, Tommy, and 2 other people.
Did you
There-
miss Drew in that again?
No, he omitted Drew. He said Drew doesn't exist.
Drew's gone. Drew, they're who?
I
There's
just
no
cannot. Who's on first, guys?
Drew. This is why, like, there are 5 people up there. You are 3 people, and then there are 4 people, 4 minors
Yeah.
with you.
Patrick, Jesus, Helen, and Bill.
Yes.
Can I have
Okay.
Drew back? I
No. Drew's dead. He ceased to exist. the
Drew is
moment
in
I-
there banging hope.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
That's
Like,
where Drew is.
Can I bring Lonnie along? I liked Lonnie.
You can try to wake her up.
Oh, yeah.
'cause you gotta remember, like she actually was working the whole time, so she's probably dead tired right now.
Yeah, no.
Oh, she was also.
She's out cold. Never mind.
She was.
She was drunk as fuck too.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I guess that's gonna be it. We shouldn't take.
hopefully tomorrow I can get a long night with Lana.
No, that's not gonna work. Buck Bayou hasn't done much. I don't know where he's at.
He hasn't. His services haven't been required yet today. Yeah.
No, I guess we're good. 7 of us are going on up.
Alrighty.
I gotta wait for Drew to get done with Hope.
No, I'll wait for him. I'm hitching up the horses.
Okay, so you're hitching and the rest of your group is walking up. Okay. So it takes you about like 20 some odd minutes, maybe a half hour, because some of them are just like, they're realizing how absolutely worn to shit they are.
Yep.
So there are a couple of times where you have to almost like, no, come on, we're walking,
Yeah,
we're walking,
like,
we're walking.
Or they
them,
leave
like-
him behind and wait for the cart.
Yeah, I was gonna say, actually, I mean, some of these people maybe, I am not waiting for them. Or we're moving, because I know every minute matters, and I don't care about them.
All right, so
I mean, I literally, as she said, I literally would be like, you can't make it, the car will be along in a minute.
okay, you lose Helen and Bill just because it's easier to relate to Patrick and Jesus.
Right?
Yep. Okay, so Helen and Bill, you
So we're down 2, so we're 5.
you walk about like
Currently we're 4. 'cause she-
Oh yeah, because she's still So,
you walk.
But when I pick up the 2, then we'll be 8.
No, there's no Drew. It's 7.
like Drew is still drilling Hope.
Oh my God.
It's a mining operation, not a drilling operation.
Like same thing. Like
I mean, right
there's
now,
still digging involved.
right now it feels like calculus. Ugh.
But it's fine.
Anyway.
Willy's gonna take care of all of them with a bullet to spare.
Yep, it's true. All right,
Patrick
so
knows where the dynamite is.
yep. So the 4 of you, you 2 plus Patrick and Jesus, continue up to the mine. You reach it, and there is not a soul to be seen. The horse is outside.
Okay, the horse is outside. That's great. So I'm going to assume and tell everyone that they are in the mine. If they are not, well, I would first tell them. I would tell them, and I would also scan the tree line, make sure we're not walking into an ambush. But otherwise, they are definitely in that mine.
It is just barely starting to get like that gray blue morning light, but it's not quite clear enough. Like you see the light above the trees, but the trees below it's just dark.
I would assume that if it took them 20 minutes to walk up and I took 10 minutes to hitch horses,
Yep,
I'm like
you're on
minutes
your way.
behind.
Yeah, you're
Yep.
not far away.
I'm like real close.
Yep.
I would tell everybody take a real quick trip around the perimeter, just make sure we're not walking into an ambush because there's only one way in and out of this mine. They're not leaving without us.
So as the sharpshooter, I'm gonna go ahead, kind of drop back, have a beeline on the entrance / exit of the mine, and just take point. Like, all right, whoever's coming in and out, I know who to look for to shoot. I know who to look for not to shoot, more or
Yep.
less.
So
Like,
you
so I'm still waiting on you with the wagon because they give me more cover because I'm just out in the open until you get there.
Oh, yeah.
But like
so
taking
you-
point, got my eyes on the entrance.
You do a quick circle around the mine clearing, and there's nobody there, nobody you can see. You don't see even footprints. You take up your spot, and how about you, Ben?
I am going to leave them covering the mine entrance. I'm going to walk about 200 feet back down the road and wait for that wagon. Tell them to leave that wagon right there, just out of view. And we are all going to wait until somebody comes walking out of that mine. I'm going to tell you that if they come out walking, carrying something a little too big, we're going to shoot first, we're going to ask questions later. Because they're thieving company property.
I go, I like that plan. And I cock the shotgun.
Like, yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, no problem, Ben.
Because they are not carrying anything out of here that large and heavy without that horse right there.
And now I'm blocking the road.
That's right. They're not going to see you coming. They're not going to see us coming. They walk out of there. Might take them a little while, given they don't know what they're looking for or where they're looking for it. But I'd rather wait for them to show their faces with their ill intent in their hands, and then we do what we need to do. than go down in there and walk into potentially dangerous situation.
So Sammy does know where it is. Sammy was with you when you hit it.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, Tommy was the only
well,
one
that's
who
fine.
missed
That'll
it,
just speed along the process.
All right, so
Sounds like you will get that bounty after all.
And just to be very,
works out
very
for
Yes.
me.
horses here. Logging operation is
Off the
lumberyard
other
is
side.
further down. If let's say Sammy's just so beastly that he can carry this thing down to the logging operation, there's nothing they could do with it to get it out of there without the horse still, right?
nope.
Yeah.
You would need a number of people to get it anywhere.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Great. I just want to make sure that we're not missing them further along.
Oh, sure. Yeah. No, there's the math would
They're
never
stuck.
possibly- Yeah.
They're stuck now.
Well, because I'm assuming that even if Sammy is as big and as strong as they're saying he is, he's still not going to be able to move that fast.
No.
Carrying this huge lump of fucking silver.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like he'd just be a huge moving target with something of extreme value.
So we're gonna lie in wait. I will even tell Bill and Helen they can grab a cat nap, and we will wake them the moment we see movement.
I look at them and I go, you can lay down in that wagon. I'll wake you up with the shotgun shot.
Like
both
me
of them
personally,
seem,
after
seem
having
very,
the long night that I did have, I'm not tired anymore. It's like, and now I'm more focused on actually getting this pay.
Yeah, I'm looking at a score.
Like, so this score's kind of got me with my great eyes. It's got me bullet focused. So, like, no need for sleep.
Right.
Like, I'm beelining on that entrance, and I'm just waiting for any type of movement.
Then we're gonna wait.
so Patty turns to you and says, "What do you want? Do you dynamite? You want any of that?"
I don't. I mean, it sounds like a great idea. I don't know what specifically to do with it.
Sure. So him mentioning that, it's sort of, you go through the places where it's stored. There's a shack with a bin and a lock out here. There's also a store inside the mine.
Sure.
It's probably about 100 yards from the entrance. It's sort of like built into an alcove in the wall with a lock.
Sure, but like, I guess I'm struggling to figure out what the benefit's gonna be here. Like,
Because collapsing it doesn't, it like actually fucks everyone.
Yeah, I don't want to collapse the mine. I don't need a ton of collateral damage. I need these fools to die swiftly if that's what it comes to.
I just look at the whole situation and go, if we really need it to look like an accident, we can always dynamite them afterward. Then it could still be a 4-foot nugget that nobody knows about.
Use the dynamite as cave-in. Like, we get the nugget out, leave them in there.
Oh no!
I set the dynamite off.
Horrible company
Here's what I'm
accident.
gonna tell Patrick. I'm gonna tell him to go get a stick or two out of the shed outside.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell him to stand by, ready to throw those should our shots not be true.
All right. You have lain your trap, and you wait. And you wait. About 20 minutes go by, and very distantly from inside the mine, you can hear grunting and shuffling.
Okay.
And
If they're asleep in the wagon at this point, I'd nudge them and go, paydays are coming.
they wake with a start, but they weren't really asleep. You just startled the fuck out of them. Shit!
Like, don't do that. I almost shit myself.
Not in my wagon.
Like, sorry, my lady.
They get up. So how far back is your wagon? It's
Just far enough off that when you are immediately coming out, you can't see it.
gotcha.
But enough that I have
Okay.
general eye line.
Yeah, so it's about 60 feet away.
That's not bad at all.
No.
Yeah, it's not
I was
terrible.
thinking a couple hundred.
I mean, well, I'll make it easy. It's 100 feet. We'll split the difference. It's
Why'd you have to say anything?
Well, because I specified a minute ago, like 150, 200 feet
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Can you see me?
I'm not willing. I'm not willing to be that far off the action. Yeah, if there's a bend in the road, I'm.
Bend.
Right,
There's
exactly.
a big tree right behind the tree.
And I am parked as such that you can't run past me without having to pass me.
Yep. Okay, so hear grunting and shuffling. You see a torchlight in the distance.
Anybody looking towards me outside? I'm behind a tree, whatever. But I'm gonna raise my hand. Just hold.
I'm already lined up, ready to shoot. But I catch your signal of hold, and it's just like, you son of a bitch. Like, I've been waiting to kill a motherfucker since I got in this town.
I'm sitting there and I look at you and I look back at him. We could just shoot them all.
Yep. People would have all heard me say, like, if they come out carrying a large object,
we're shooting first.
So we didn't see an object, so it's like, all right. Like, I'll just keep my gun trained on them just in case.
Yep.
It's like, I was hoping I was gonna get to shoot them though.
I'm sitting here going, I'll let them carry it a little further out. It's less far than I have to carry it.
True story.
Yeah. So you have the easiest shot that you can possibly have. You have a very large person and a smaller person in the front carrying this shape between them, and you see a couple of people behind probably. Like, you're guessing that all 5 of them are there hauling it out. It's all yours. How do you want to do it?
Gonna wait till all 5 of them are roughly in view.
It's like,
Wait till they...
I'm gonna just...
So
I don't even watch his signal. I'm waiting until I can see enough of them that I can just blast it.
like, so
Yeah, I've got a pistol.
so I'm assuming as they all come out and it's all in view, and we clearly see that they're carrying said nugget. Mm-hmm. Once he drops his hand, I'm letting it loose. And I'm taking down as many of them as possible.
Lord, tell me you're shooting Sammy first.
Of course.
Take down the big guy first.
Like, he's the biggest one, so it's like I'm landing to him first. Like, everyone else is more or less cannon fodder. It's just like,
once he's down, nobody's doing that.
Oh yeah.
So I'm aiming.
But
at
I'm
him
not
first.
letting anyone scatter.
And just to make sure, I put 3 in Sammy. like 3 of my 6 rounds goes right into Sammy. Like,
and just to check, Boss is with them.
Yes, Boss is with them.
I'm aiming for Boss.
so
Okay, it's so hitting the people. Are you waiting for the group to exit the mine in total before you're?
Till they're all basically
like within view.
Then they're all dead men.
Well, I'm not even gonna make you draw. Like, there's nothing that these people can do to prevent what you have prepared for them, and like flies they fall. Sammy is still moving after your 3 shots.
God damn it! Like,
He's on his knees. He
it's
pushes
his
him out.
nickname Cockroach.
And
Like,
he's-
fuck. Like, just will
He's
not die.
crawling. Boss is just leaning. He's thrown against the entrance of the mine, clutching his chest and sliding down with his eyes wide open. Tommy, you wouldn't even be able to see the blood because he's so completely dirty and disgusting, but he just collapses immediately, barely even reacts. The other 2 are gone. You are just a firing line of chaos, and all 5 of them are dead.
I mean, we got paperwork to deal with.
As soon as it's done, I'm just like, boys, we rich.
I'm gonna walk over to Boss, alive or dead, just looking down at him and go, yeah, thought we had some trust.
He tries to speak. Blood comes out of his mouth, and you watch him die.
I feel very little.
Yeah. No, that's completely fair.
Like, well, for me, like, seeing as how somehow Samuel's still crawling, it's like, I'm assuming as he's trying to crawl off, I have to.
He's just crawling forward. He's just
All
on
right.
autopilot at this point.
Like, so I've got to more or less walk up as he's crawling. I go ahead and spark my cigarette. I look at him and it's like, well, I had nothing against you, but job's a job. As he looks up, take the one, like my second revolver off my hip, load one bullet, roll it. I'm like, and as he's looking at me, like puppy dog eyes face, like, I'm like, sorry, man. Click. Like, got lucky. And I walk off.
So you're letting him live?
I'm gonna follow that up, unfortunately, and say, you can collect the bounty, but no survivors. Done. Bang.
I am heading for that nugget.
You and Helen and Bill are headed all towards the nugget, and they are just wide-eyed, beautiful appreciation, like astonished at this thing. It's like they'd wrapped it up in the blanket and then ropes around it so they could all five hoist it at once, and like they're just tearing it.
Oh, I'm knife at the hip. Like,
Yeah.
let's get this thing undone. Because I've stolen enough things in my time to recognize silver.
Yeah, it is indescribable. So I'm not going to try, but
I'm gonna look to the 7 of us that are still here and breathing. I'm gonna look at everybody and go, as we discussed back in town, this was a 2-foot long nugget of silver like none of us have ever seen before. This is an impressive haul right here. I assume Mel and Willy, you two will be leaving us shortly and will not speak of what you have seen here.
Not a word.
As long as I get paid what I'm owed.
Those 5 of us who have a choice to make have a choice to make. I intend to stay here. I'm going to set this aside as a retirement fund, and no one amongst you is ever going to speak of it.
I don't even know you.
And I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about Jesus, Patrick, Helen, Bill. We 5, you got a choice. You going to stay in town or you going to head out? I won't hold it against anyone who wants to ride off in that wagon with Ms. Mel here. But if you're going to stay, you're going to live a normal life for as long as you choose to stay here. Do I make myself clear?
Patrick, it says, I'm leaving.
That's perfectly fair.
Jesus looks troubled, and Helen and Bill, they both shake their heads and look at each other. They're not ready to commit one way or another right this second.
If I see a hint of doubt, I'm going to turn and shoot him.
Yeah, that's kind of like the
Impulsive.
Like and it's, with the situation as it is, that's the only course of action, because if this is gonna blow back on any of us, if it's gonna be at the behest and the fault of them, I'm sorry.
This is
I'm not gonna stop.
This is a 2 men can keep a secret if one of them is dead situation. So we're going to I am turning with the shotgun and I am just going to handle that. I assume he's probably firing at about the same time as me.
Like, look,
Okay.
I gave the benefit of the doubt to Samuel, just on some, like, good principles, and like the young man that got taken from me, like that was like my son. He had an opt out, but Ben had the right idea. You can't let this information get out because it's gonna come back to eat all of us. I couldn't fault Ben for that. Like, I gave the kid a chance out, but Ben had to handle business. Now with this situation, it's not on Ben, it's on me, and it's on Mel. Because now that we're all connected, we can't let these people, if they leave town, and keep their mouth shut. If they stay in town and they open their fucking mouth, we have to kill them.
Yep.
Yep.
So since these people are undecided, I'm pretty sure at this point, Mel and I look at each other and it's like, they're undecided.
Blam.
Blam.
Okay, so
Blueski.
Yeah. We know what's up.
okay, so we are going to have an interesting contest. Mel, because you are the closest to Helen and Bill are both going to try to shoot you because they see you drawing up your shotgun aggressively. Jesus is going to shoot for you because he sees that happening.
Okay.
So let's see what we've got. Mel, well, you've got your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Willy, you've got your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what other stat is here?
Well, I've been using my eyes the whole time. But
I think guts is probably.
Yeah, I was like, I assume that plays to guts of like, I'm just going to make a call on this and not think too hard.
Yep.
And I'm playing into my impulsiveness.
Yes, you are. And you also have fast hands.
Fast hands.
You are.
I'm
such a
gonna
problem.
murder a fucker.
wait, so since Mel's going off of her gut, if I have to spend 3 chips to get it to 3. Or do I
So
spend
you
one?
can spend up to 1 chip to draw a card. You can only buy 1 card per.
You can get an extra card with 1 chip. Then once you see your hand, you can exchange.
Oh,
And
okay.
extra.
Okay, because you were saying like
exchanges. Yeah.
okay, because it was like
Yeah.
okay.
So you can spend 1 chip to get 1 card. That's it. You can spend another chip to discard and draw 1 card, and that's it.
Oh, that's only 1 per. That's
Yeah.
also
Okay.
limited.
Yeah. So both of those are maxed at 1.
I'll see what my hand is
Okay.
first.
So you're using your guts as well because you're not thinking. So that's for Sarah. That giant stack is all for Sarah.
Huge motherfucking stack of cards.
Oh God.
Are you angry in this moment? Are you cold?
No, I'm not angry. Like as it stands, I'm really just looking at it like in awe because it's
Yeah.
really like I'm kind of like in like a really great mood because the bounty more or less has been handled, whether it was by my hand or not. The guy's dead, and I can still turn it in. But no, not angry. Still drunk though, but not angry. Like still very much drunk, but just not angry.
You had 4 fingers, then you had 2 fingers, then you had 4 fingers.
So I'm still very much drunk. Not angry, but still drunk.
Okay.
I'm
I'll-
just stuck on that creepy fucking finger walk.
The creepy
Like,
finger walk.
She's
The
trying to
creepy
be
finger walk
sexy,
will
it
live
doesn't-
in infamy. Hey, everybody gets a little weird in isolation. I get it.
Okay, so Helen gets 7, Bill gets 6. Helen has an appropriate devil of 1. Bill has an appropriate devil of 1, and neither of them have traits that are relevant at this point.
See, I knew
But
it
they
was
will
gonna
be
go
able
this
to
way. Like
draw.
once you got towards the end, like
Oh.
the hands are terrible.
And Jesus is
No,
coming
I'm still okay.
So
But no, I mean,
Jesus
for
is
me,
also getting 7.
Well, you got a lot of coins there.
It's like
Did you even buy in for an extra card in the deal? Patrick?
I think, but because at the same time, I'm just kind of like, since I'm in such a good mood being drunk, I feel like in my drunken state, I should just be like, all of a sudden, I just dodge a bullet.
You can certainly try. I would take
Sick.
the extra card, but whatever.
Like,
I mean, you have enough that you can buy all you like.
Yeah, you have 7 chips in front of you, man. Like, take
Go
advantage.
big. Go big. It's over. Go big.
I think
because it's a chip a card, right?
yeah, well, it's a
Well, you-
chip for 1 extra card just dealt to you, and then it's a chip for like
Trading out a card.
cards.
Okay, so let me
At least take
Okay.
the extra
buy another card.
Yeah.
Buying a card.
You know what? I'll buy a card too. Cause
Yeah,
screw it.
Now's the time.
Now's the time. It's
Is it over here?
up there,
Reach awkward.
It's reaching awkward.
like I have done all day.
Worst dealer ever.
That didn't deeply
Usually there's
help
a
me.
table with
And
not
then-
a wall.
Okay, so that for each chip, it's one card, right? That I
You only get so for the deal, you get up to 1 card, so you've taken your 1 card.
yeah.
Then if you draw, you can spend 1 to draw another one beyond what your experience is giving you. So your experience, you are a professional thief. This is 100% relevant. You may draw up to 3 cards.
Okay.
And you, as a mercenary, may draw up to 3 cards because that is totally relevant.
I mean, why not? I'll take it because like it could get better.
Yeah,
It's
Absolutely.
good, but it could get better.
And
Yeah.
they can spend a chip
So
to
that-
draw another card on top of that.
That
So
is
they can get
correct.
4 cards.
Yeah.
Wait, so I spin a chip to draw 3 cards, or
No. You just get to draw 3 cards because of your mercenary past.
Oh,
Well, you
okay.
can spend a chip to draw a 4th card, one
Yeah.
extra card.
So you would, Sarah, you would like how many cards?
Give me whatever you can give me.
I can give you 3, or if you pay for a 4th, I'll give you a 4th.
Just give me the 3.
These 3 are for Sarah. Go ahead and drop your draw 3s, or the 3 discard.
You're
The 3 I'm discarding. Here.
Yeah, there may be a recycling component here, given how much of this deck we're going through. Thank you, sir. Patrick?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the 3, and then depending on how well this next 3 is,
You
like I might draw that one extra just because I've got enough chips for it.
Yeah, you do.
Which 3 do I want to part with? All right, like fuck. I just want to make sure that the 3 I part with are the correct 3. Bitch! Like, god damn it. Son of a bitch. All right.
You're going to want to spend that chip now, I assume?
Shit.
I mean, your hand can't be worse.
No,
Unless you fuck up
it's
the
just like, god damn it. Like, you son of a god.
Not what you wanted.
yeah, we are absolutely.
Sarah had
I
all
am-
the cards you wanted.
All right. I'm a,
Maybe
I am
not.
1 card short of the draw that I need.
I have several varieties of a good hand,
Yeah.
so I'm just rolling with still the best one.
Damn it. All right. I'm going to get that one last card because it's a chip for 1 more card, right?
These are the 3.
Yeah, that's the 3 I was.
That's the discard.
Cool. So then this is the recycled discard. So none of those are your cards.
You bastard.
I really liked Willy. It's too bad.
Ah, shit.
Mel's gonna be just fine, or at least reasonably fine.
Well, in what order are you resolving this, Mr. Dealer?
So this. God, okay, we went through quite a lot. Now I need to. I've got 3 hands
See, this
going.
sucks. Damn it.
Want some of mine?
It's like, no.
I can just slide these over and not ask questions.
Like, nah, there's like, honestly, like, if it's the fates in the cards, it's,
Yep.
it's
Yeah?
Yep.
and it's 5, right? Like, it's,
Yep,
It is
your
5.
best 5.
all right, well, I got a 3 of a kind and a pair.
Wait, 3 of that's a full house. What are you complaining
Yeah.
about? That's
Yeah.
one of the better hands
That's
you can have.
that's
You just suckered us this whole time.
that is even better than my hands.
Like I
So
said,
I just
man,
have a
like,
straight.
Dodging,
We all play.
Like,
I got a
Willie's
straight.
gonna die.
I got a straight, and I also had like various pairs, but I went with the straight because it was the best hand I had.
like I said,
But I do have a king in my
I
hands.
gotta dodge bullets.
That was well played. Nicely done. I like that. That was great.
All right, so the opponents are you versus Helen and Bill, and you versus Jesus.
It's like, well, now I feel bad because I gotta help her because she's 2-on-1, and that's not fair. She's
I got a
lady.
shotgun.
Oh,
She got a shotgun.
I'll be
that's true.
fine.
That's true.
Close range.
That's true. Oof.
Yeah. So you said you got a straight there.
I got a straight.
Let me see. Does a straight beat 2 pair?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
I'm looking at the thing because I also had 2 pair.
Oh, I know a straight beats 2 pair. I'm just telling you that in that particular way. And
You go ahead and assert that. You couldn't even count people earlier.
Like,
I had
we
too
still
many in
lost
my
Drew
brain.
somewhere in between.
So where's
knee deep
Drew?
in hope, I see.
The next game is the quest for Drew.
Like, is he still knee deep in hope? Like,
I just really enjoy the fact that I actually miscounted the people, and we've all blamed Pat for it.
you see, if something goes wrong, blame the
like, hey man, we're a team, all right? We all miscounted the people.
No, but if the dealer gives you bad cards, it's the dealer's fault.
Oh yeah.
Like,
So
yeah.
if your information is incorrect, it's the dealer's
I'm glad
fault.
that you understand this.
Oh yeah, no, I've prepared for it.
Yeah.
Jesus has 3 of a kind. It does
Okay.
not beat your full house. So guess
I'm sorry.
Or my straight.
I'm sorry, Jesus.
So in For rules perspective, there would be harm applied, generally speaking. So a straight gives 3 harm, and a full house gives 4 harm. In which case, had any of these people received harm, they would then deduct that much harm from their stats. So you have your 13 points in your stats. Let's say that I got a full house that beat your full house. You would lower your stats by 4.
Oof.
Yeah.
I would assume my eyes were ruined after that. Like my beautiful eyes.
Does the harm have to come out of a single stat, or can it come out
What
of
a
multiple
great
stats?
question. So the harm comes from the stats in the suits from the winning hand.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So let's say you have a flush. The flush, like it's a heart flush. Then all 4 harm has to come out of your hearts.
Yeah, but so for example, this straight that Sarah has.
I just switched out the 10 because that would be
3 spades, 2 clubs. So it would be 3 harm of spades, 2 harm of clubs.
So that's up to the harm E. So it's the damage is in these 2 suits. However you need to do it, because somebody might only have one stat left.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if I want to be honest, Jorge's taking all of it because it's diamond, spade, heart, and then
he's
just
universally fucked.
then just random, like, you know what, it's my choice.
And
Yeah.
then you just laugh in his face.
Yeah.
Like
at
as
that
he
point,
bleeds
it's
out on the ground, like I'm sorry, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Jesus, but you won't.
So the suits thing, we don't need to go over that because we're just going to narratively say you murder these people.
They done.
They're absolutely dead.
In my own defense, he drew on me first. Okay,
I saw it.
Like not out of spite or anything.
Absolutely.
Just for the records, like I drew on him first.
I'll take your cards
Han
back.
Solo
Technically,
is
I
my
drew
great
first, I
grandson.
So we now have. Okay, we've got Sammy's dead, Boss is dead, Tommy's dead.
That's unfortunate for them.
Hank and Pablo, whose names you didn't even know, are also dead. Hank. Oh yeah, the 2 other people, Tommy's pals.
We're inventing people. Yeah.
neither-
Well, he never
neither of
named
are
them
Drew.
before.
No,
That's
I
the
get it.
important
I was
part.
gonna say, it's like
Tommy's friend.
Tommy's.
See, I
Could have
hope to get back to
retconned
the
one of them into
saloon.
Drew.
I could have, but I didn't want to, because I don't.
We're gonna
remember
go on the
names
quest
down.
for Drew next time.
Yeah. So you have this pile of corpses, this menagerie of death in front of you, and the 3 of you, and Patrick, and
Jesus.
No, Jesus
No,
dead.
he had to shoot
Right.
Jesus.
the 3 of you
No, it's just 3 of us.
Yeah.
and Patrick, who
Like, and just
lights
for
a
the record,
stick
I
of
shot
dynamite.
Jesus in his chin.
Who lights a stick of dynamite? Patrick lights a stick of dynamite.
Yeah, we got that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you gonna do with that, Patrick?
Well, I figured that I would just walk up to you and hand it to you, or you could all just throw your fucking guns on the ground.
Or I could shoot you and then step on the fuse for that.
And he lights the second stick of dynamite with the first stick of dynamite, because he had grabbed 2 upon your instructions.
Now,
Tosses it to your feet.
I'm gonna put my gun in my holster.
No, on the ground. On the ground.
Is that stick of dynamite at my feet?
It's about 10 feet away from you.
So it's close enough to do damage.
You've
Enough
got
to kill
about 20 seconds.
I'm gonna just lean over. He threw it towards me. I'm gonna lean over and pull fuse out.
Well, he pulls his gun out and shoots you.
Okay.
All right, so how you want to handle all this?
We should have shot this fucker too.
Because now it's
If I see him draw, can I stand up and shoot back?
Yes, you
Yeah, I
can.
would
Okay.
actually.
Yeah.
Seeing him throw the dynamite and being unreasonable and
Yeah.
pulling on her, I would also shoot.
Yeah, you're being a dipshit. So people are going to shoot you now too. You have dynamite, we have guns. You're an idiot. I have 20 seconds to solve this problem.
Because with these eyes of mine, it'd be like, I'm going to shoot the dynamite that's in your hand and blow you up.
That's a valid approach.
So it's
Just back up first.
Like,
Yell and tell us to
You
back
thought
up.
that last deal was rough. You got even more cards.
Yep.
You did this.
Oh yes, no, and yes, I know.
like no, like I asked for this because I asked for. Like I was at level 3, so it's like I know he's gonna throw something out, and
I should have just looked at him and I went, "You're stupid.
Yeah.
This is 3-on-1 currently. You have dynamite," and I should have just shot him.
Yeah. Like, well, I'm more inclined. I just want to shoot the dynamite that's in his hand and blow his hands off or something.
I'm actually gonna say I'm probably going low on this. This is not my expertise. I look like guts and hearts are not really what I'm doing here. This is hand and eye. Like how quick can I react and how well can I aim? But I will say that focused on what's in front is in play.
Yep.
So I need 6 cards total.
Yep. And Sarah, 4
This
for
is
sure.
fully hand gut and impulsive.
Yeah, because you are diving for dynamite.
I'm diving for dynamite because that's smart. It's what a smart person
and
does.
fast hands.
Oh yeah, that too. Come on, baby.
Would my role as a company fixer or a Civil War officer apply here for exchanging cards?
Civil War. Yeah.
Okay, so
That's appropriate.
One, and I'm going to spend a token to exchange a second one.
Actually, I hate to say it, like being the kind of mercenary I am, the job's done. This motherfucker pulls dynamite. I'm opting out.
Oh,
Like,
you're just gonna walk?
I'm just gonna walk.
Okay, so Patrick has 3 hands and 4 guts, so he gets 7. Let me make sure I counted this correctly. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. His devil is rage. And you just...
Oh, I'm sorry. My devil would be entirely in place.
Oh,
I have
for
3
sure.
more cards.
You may indeed have 3 more cards.
I am definitely a heartless motherfucker right now.
And he is a dynamite man. Oh, that's a draw thing.
What does 4 pairs get me?
It gives you
Yeah.
2 pairs.
Damn it.
I know. I had 3 pairs against her straight. I was like, why can't we have 6 cards?
King over a jack.
I got one. You want it?
I sure do.
All right. I think this is the best I have.
It's like, no, I was like, I'm like just weighing it out. I'm like, nah, it just makes more sense. Like, step away from the game.
Smart man knows when to fold.
Yeah, 'cause that's where I'm at.
I do not. I am an idiot.
Are we at the laydown here?
Not quite, because he has to draw 2. Well, that didn't help. But I didn't need to.
What was the highest suit, by the way?
Spades.
Spades. Okay.
All right.
Yes.
We are now at the laydown.
Let me.
Oh, yeah. We're now at the laydown. So you 2 against Patrick. He has 4 of a kind.
Oh.
Full house.
2 pair aces and kings. I have the highest card on the table, though.
You do have the highest card on the table. So his aim was to shoot you.
Okay.
And
if my hand ties his
by-
hand,
it does not tie. They both do 4 harm, but
Okay.
4 of a kind is 1 rank higher than full house.
okay.
So his goal, and it realistically is like attack you. His goal succeeds. Your goal was to attack him or shoot him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And your goal was also to shoot him.
Yes.
And what was your hand?
Pair of aces, pair of kings.
2 pair. Okay. So both of you, or no.
I mean,
Just
we
you.
both lose to
Yeah.
his hand, but I have narration.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
That is correct.
To make sure that I properly understand what I'm meant to narrate, because his hand beat her hand, does that mean that her goal failed entirely, or just that his goal succeeded and hers is up to the narration?
Hers fails entirely because she only had one opponent and she lost to that one opponent. If she'd had multiple opponents and she beat some but lost to others, then it would be up to the narrator. So like if you had tried to shoot her as well and you'd only, I'm just pretending. If Willy had tried to shoot her as well, and
like, this
he
is
had
Maelstrom, like you understand who this person is, like,
and he had one pair and she beat him,
Blaze of glory.
then she's got one win, one loss, so it's in the middle and up to the narrator. So the narrator does have strong control when somebody's hand like isn't a full win or a full loss.
okay.
Because his is a full win and hers is a full loss, she must lose and he must win.
What suits were the damage?
Suits that were
The
the
harm?
harm was hearts or diamonds or clubs.
How are you going to deduct that? Because
Hearts and clubs. How many of what am I taking?
So
do I
you
have
get
to calculate
4 harm,
here?
and they must be in the suits of hearts, diamonds, and clubs. Your choice. So you remove a total of 4.
Okay, I can do that and not die because going down to 1 is fine.
Going down to 0 is fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
so
just
then-
when you have 0 and you must use that 0 trait in a challenge, then that is your end moment. You automatically get narrative control whether you win or lose.
But then it's my story is over anyway, so like they're gonna give me narrative.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's cool.
So
Okay,
diamond, club, and
that
hearts.
makes sense. Like,
Diamond, club, and hearts.
Yep.
Yeah.
it's like
Okay.
you're probably wondering how I got
I
here
go
getting
down
thrown down
one.
this elevator shaft.
So we go down 1 in
Like,
diamond
like
and 1
if
in
you want to know, we
heart.
need to go back a couple days. Like,
And then I can go down 2 in clubs.
Okay.
Yep.
like, we have to go
Alright,
back.
That's
a
fine.
week.
So, here's how this plays out. Mel and Ben both draw on Patrick. Mel is also going for the dynamite, and in stepping forward and leaning down, she twists just enough that Patrick, drawing his gun, pulls the trigger and grazes an eye and the cheek, taking out a swath of blood just starts pouring down that cheek. She's clutching her eye. Her shot goes wide. Ben's shot goes wide. She dives for the dynamite, still clutching her eye, and pulls that fuse out. Patrick's still holding the other one. We still got a problem here.
We sure do.
Ben looks to Willy and goes,
Like,
I know you sat this one out, but
It was like, and, I mean, honestly, dude, like me as Willy, like looking at this situation, I'm already walking away, dude. Like, like he pulled dynamite. It's like
You're headed to the cart. You're like, either he's going to blow himself up.
Like,
Yeah.
I've already kind of just, like, my eyes have done enough work to where it's like, oh yeah, that motherfucker's crazy.
Well,
yeah, I don't need to be here for
I
this.
look to Willy and look back at Patrick. I'm gonna fire again.
Okay. So
All right, we'll do a challenge. I'll take the challenge for this. Like, Ben looks to me, Willy, and I'm trying to decide whether or not I'm going to go ahead and take this shot and take Patrick out or not. So I'll take the challenge for that.
My
Okay.
goal is to roll out of harm's
You're
radius.
missing a bunch of
Yes, I
cards
am.
here, by the way.
Yeah. My goal at
This is
this
why I
point
have
is
two
rolling out of harm's radius.
okay, so you are
Because he's still got the
trying to
dynamite in his
fold.
hands,
Yeah.
right?
Basically,
Like, he's
yeah.
still got a stick
Yeah.
of dynamite in
Yeah.
his hand. Okay.
Dynamite in one gun and the other.
Okay.
Yep.
And so I'm
So,
like,
yeah,
She defused the first one, but we
Yeah.
got a second one in front of
Okay,
us.
so I'll take a challenge for me either shooting the dynamite that's in his hand or shooting him dead.
Okay, so
I can be
which
rich
is
and
which
blind
of
in
those
one
is
eye.
it
That's
gonna
fine.
be?
Well, since I've got this good stat, I'm going to use my eyes to pinpoint in on the dynamite and try to shoot the dynamite that's in his hand to blow him up and finally silence everyone that could fuck this whole job up.
Yeah.
So I
Yep.
can actually get this money and retire from mercenary work.
I think we have an understanding.
Like, So
These people, they fucked it up. We were
Yeah.
we were good.
We could have worked this out. This was plenty of money for
I'm gonna
everybody.
try to go like take that avenue with it.
This was fuck you retirement for everybody, and they fucked it up.
I'm gonna give you 6 for guts. So hand and guts.
Okay, can I have my other 3 for heartless?
You sure can.
Thank you.
We're doing stats first.
Beautiful.
Damn it.
Do you have a rage at this moment?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. At this point, yes, I do. Because pulling a gun on Ben and Mel has actually made me angry. So
You get those 3.
And yes, internet, I have no poker face right now.
Good thing I'm not looking at you.
let's see. Ah, God damn it! Shit.
I am hoping you guys will solve this.
I'm hoping too, but it's
1,
not
2,
looking
3,
that great.
4,
Right.
5, 6, 7.
I'm hoping you guys will solve this.
Patty has a total of 10 cards.
And good luck to him.
Don't say that.
Like
There's-
fuck, Patty. Like,
There's still time.
I want to say some things, but I'll wait till the flop.
All
that
right.
cheeky son of a bitch. Like, oh my God, this is not looking good.
You know
Is
you
it going to
can't
be
play that
another
shit.
one of those good?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, this is terrible,
Like,
Tim.
I took this chance to like try to save Mel, dude. So it's like, because I like you too, Ben. So it's just like,
We rode in together.
yeah. It's
I'm not cuddly though.
and like, and dude, you're not the same like dickish asshole that Boss Camden is. So I actually like you, Ben.
I'm sorry, is?
You like, or he was.
Was.
I mean, I figure if the chestnut mare gets shot and it's fuck you and the horse that you rode in on.
Oh yeah, the horse is like off. I forgot the horse was even there, to be honest. Okay, Patty has drawn 2 cards and is ready to lay down.
You're missing a card there, but you could hang on. Well, you have 2 pair.
So that's
Which
what
is
I'm
pretty
like,
good.
yeah,
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Or hang on, let me see. All right.
I'm just saying that to you.
I'm like, if we do this, let's see, your best bet. Let's see, there we got that. But here we got this. We got a.
They're conspiring.
They are. It's true. I love it.
Because it's like almost.
Well,
I guess you're off in both. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're off. So
that's what I'm saying. It's like,
So you got. This is what you got here.
Show us what you got.
I believe in you. You can do this.
show me what you got.
How many,
Not cool.
how many kings do you have?
I
How many
mean,
aces?
you could probably buy a card if you wanted to.
Oh, yeah, I got
But
enough chips.
You could risk for because if you got
Yeah,
that,
if
then
you-
you'd be-
Yeah.
You can
got
also
the card in between
buy
there.
another for
Otherwise-
deal.
Get one free.
Otherwise, you have
oh.
you have this. So you have this.
Okay.
So if you,
You could buy a card and try for that, or you could take that.
and then you've also got, so you've got buy one to be dealt another card, and then you've got your draw, which is mercenary, and that's 3. So how many chips do you have left?
I have 4 left. So I'm gonna actually take 4. So I'm gonna do the draw for my mercenary.
Okay. Or well, so I'll give you one more. I'll deal you one more for this chip.
Okay.
So that's
Total
your.
4 being exchanged. Is that
So
correct?
he's received.
Good call.
See? Hey.
He's bought that one card, and
'Cause
now
then
you get
should
to
have,
draw
did you get
3.
that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So
then
you
that's
can-
at least better.
Okay. So now you can draw up to 3 for free, and then you can buy a 4th draw if you like. And
Nah.
Gabriel, do you?
I'm gonna live dangerously just because
All right.
I'm trying to shoot this guy's dynamite. Not shoot black dynamite. You're awesome.
Oh, kitty body.
But yeah, just gonna go as it is.
You're going to go as it is?
Yeah.
Good
Okay.
hand.
All right. What have you got?
Got a straight.
Got a good old straight.
You got a good old straight.
4 kings, ace of spades.
God damn you!
Oh!
So you sure I needed to take a shot at the dynamite, you son of a bitch?
Well, you missed. You missed anyway because he beat you with a full house. However, he didn't beat you. So his result of his goal was to get the fuck out of here. So his result is up to you, narrator, because he beat one of his opponents, but lost to another.
Seeing Mel go down, fan
The hammer.
the hammer and take the second shot. The second one is true, right in the chest. He goes down. Dynamite falls backwards, tumbling behind him. Willy's shot doesn't connect, but it's not really material. The dynamite tumbles behind a tree. There's a thud, deafening explosion as that one goes off. Shrapnel flies off the bark. Splinters of tree go everywhere, but we're mostly shielded from the blast. Minor harm at best.
All right. Well,
Like the one time
Patrick
my eyes didn't work. And like, bitch.
it's because you're so drunk.
That makes sense.
Finally caught up to you.
I couldn't believe you. I mean,
I was still waiting for hope.
played a game of poker with jokers, but oh man, you dealt me 3 kings and an ace plus the joker.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
No,
And
and
the
you talked all that
ace,
shit about me having a good hand.
4
You've
kings.
been watching in the first 10 seconds when I said I have no poker. See my face going,
And I fully missed
Like, is
that.
he coming? Like, is that what's happening right now?
It's like that can't be right.
Like, this is really happening. The sweat.
When you were laying your own cards out, I was there's one hand in this game that could win, and that's 3 aces plus a joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I
I
come
did
to
not have
Papa.
that. I had 1 ace, I think. No, I didn't even have an ace. It was yeah. Anyway.
Or I guess a potential 5 of a kind of any other.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
At,
true.
So I guess I take the bounty back to Big Dallas. And
Well, I mean, first off,
so at this
Patrick-
point,
you're bleeding,
Yeah.
but
I'm lying on the
we are
ground.
the only 3 left alive, and I'm gonna just look to both of you and go. I think the 3 of us at least had an agreement, and I intend to honor that unless one of you wants to draw your weapon again.
did we win?
no, I painstakingly grab a shovel and commence to figure out where the hell I'm going to bury everyone that's dead.
Don't worry about that.
Dynamite, right? That was the dynamite. I'm talking a little too loud.
Don't worry about that either. What's gonna happen right now? We're gonna ride back to town. Well, first we're gonna make sure that 2-foot long nugget is secure. Then we're gonna ride back to town and tell them how these gentlemen tried to make off with it in the middle of the night, and we prevented them to make sure that all the rest of the townsfolk, we got our fair share.
So let's
We're
get
the
to.
heroes here, you might notice.
I like that plan
We're the good company folk, making sure the Carters get their share as well.
of this 2-foot nugget.
Is this 2-foot nugget right here. And these, we got to count them all over again. That's going to be a pain in the ass, but we got to count them. Those people there lying on the ground. You, Willy, you're a remarkable good shot. Clearly one of the finest in the territories.
Like, I do need to keep in mind, before you bury Samuel, I have to cut his ear off.
That's up to you, sir.
It's like, well, I need that just for clearance, just to let it be known that
Proof.
the man is in fact dead. So I needed his proof.
Understood. And if you need corroborating testimony,
I thank you for
letter or
that.
some such.
We got you.
It's like, and this 2-foot nugget that we're speaking on, I do need to return to Big Dallas to turn in this bounty, but it'll give you enough time to cut off my piece from this nugget so I can receive my payment.
Absolutely. I'll keep that safe and I'll be right here for you. You have my word.
Thank you, much obliged. I'll be back in a week's time.
So I am actually going to take this opportunity to, I think the best solution I have, barring some mining knowledge I may have, is I'm going to retrieve another stick of dynamite and set it under this nugget kind of in the middle. And I'm going to blow a piece off.
we're going to assume that works.
Great.
For
That
narrative
would be
purposes.
fantastic.
Yes. Well, let's draw for it. No, God, no more.
And yeah, we're gonna pick up those fragments and we're gonna divvy them up, and I'm gonna hold whatever I need to hold. We're gonna put the rest in that wagon right there. We're gonna roll back into town. We're gonna celebrate. This is now maybe a silver mine,
All
and
right.
then we're all gonna be rich.
I'm gonna hide my share in the wagon before we load the part that we are letting everybody know, that 2-foot nugget that we found will go obviously in the back of the wagon.
Actually, before we go announcing that, we'll keep that in the wagon for a minute. I'm gonna get Mary to again cook everybody a nice hearty, a little extra hearty breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
Pour a shot for everyone who's gathered about, and I'm gonna tell them that I got some good news and some bad news. Bad news is that a couple of our compatriots tried to make off in the night with something that's rightfully ours, and we had to take care of that. But the good news is that we got a 2-foot silver nugget right here, and we're all gonna be very wealthy and prosperous in this town in the very near future.
Hell yeah. Mel, as you exit town, is there anything you would like to do? We're gonna give you all a little vignette.
Sure.
I am riding off with my portion of that nugget. And I'm probably, I would assume that the amount of money that this nugget that I have is worth is far exceeds my current debt to the Carter family.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I am going to break off whatever I can, exchange it in a town that no one knows me for money that I can hand over when I get back
To buy out the rest of
to
your
buy out the rest of my contract and walk away a rich woman.
Yes. And that is 100% successful. And Mel Strum is free at last.
Old one-eyed Mel.
That's the real.
Old one-eyed Mel.
So Ben Wolf, everyone buys your story without question. It is a terrible, sad day for all of these horrible turncoats that conspired against the Carters and the town, the whole town. Do you want to stay?
I am going to stay, at least for a little while. My plan is that I'm going to stay. I'm going to see that there is a further exploration of the mines, if this is a silver mine. I assume there's going to be a large influx of people, and I will, at that point, let the Carters decide who they want to put in charge after me. But I figure it is in my best interests and the company's best interests for me to stick around for a little while and maintain order.
Fair enough.
But before Willy goes anywhere, I do want to tell Willy that he's an honorable man and a hell of a shot, and if you ever want to come back here and take Boss Camden's place, you got a position waiting for you.
And I let Ben know that the thought has arisen, like, cause there's one lady of the evening that like, you know, has kind of taken my eye. Like, her name's Destiny. So it's like, I'm thinking like, man, there's a good chance, you know, after I go in and deal with Big Boss Dallas, or Big Dallas the boss, after I get done dealing with that, I could come back to town and maybe, you know, set my roots up here.
I look at Willy and just go, Destiny, you know she's got a child.
Like, woo.
Boo.
Right. They're like, well, that takes all the wind out of my sails.
It's okay, we ate it last winter. Nope.
Oh my God.
Oh, no.
Like, she had a child.
Oh, no.
Destiny's a fine woman, and you could do a lot worse, sir.
Well, it depends on how many people of town have already had her.
So we're going to end on Willy's exit as he rides off on what was I don't think that mare had a name.
Like, no, we it was just
Open the letter.
Oh,
Open the letter.
okay. So Even better. So as I'm leaving town, the letter that I was given, like upon like accepting said bounty, like now that the bounty's been said full, taken care of, I have this motherfucker's ear wrapped around my fucking neck, like in necklace status. I open said letter, and it's even crazier.
Wait, no, that's me.
Okay.
Because I gave you that letter. I know it's it.
What's in the letter, Kai?
All right. So as you take out the 2 pieces of paper, you have the initial bounty for Samuel Black, and you take a look at it, and you look at the wording. It says, "Open second letter after apprehending Samuel Black." Huh. Okay.
Oh shit! I was supposed to let him live.
So you,
I tried.
So you put the first one. Did you?
Technically, he did.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
Technically, he did.
So you open the second letter, and it reads, "Samuel Black is an innocent man. Let him go. You are in Carter, Colorado to apprehend not the vigilante, the well-known grifter goes by the name of Calico. Real name Anthony Tyler Blair. Assumed the identity of Boss Camden. Target must be taken alive. Bounty is $20,000.
So either way, he killed both of my targets. So I'm screwed either way.
They're both dead.
Damn it. Look, all right.
You turn around and go get proof of boss time.
And I got the wrong ear necklace. So now, I got an ear necklace for nothing. Great.
You want to come back to town, get the right ear.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
I think you were laughing when I said the last thing. Target must be taken alive.
Can still get proof of death. I'm not the one who killed him.
If he died, not by my hand, but just...
Whoopsie.
Whoopsie. I don't really feel like that's my fault. So, crossfire. You'll get caught up in the crossfire. I don't know.
Well, if only you had something to compensate this terrible loss.
This giant nugget. As I go back to tell Big Dallas, hey, look.
Are you going back?
My whole thing is to go back and go ahead and turn it into Big Dallas, I went and found the target, person's dead, blah, 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 blah. But now that I know, I was supposed to bring this person alive who's not even really my damn target, but they're both dead. So now I'm going to be in trouble when I go see Big Dallas anyway. So then it's...
You didn't kill them. You can tell them they were killed in gunfire right in front of you.
So
and then you can get a hold of witnesses.
But if you know anything about Big Dallas, they're devil, they're a tyrant. So it's me even coming back, not being fulfilled the fucking job. There's a good chance this piece of shit kills me when I get back to tell him the bad news.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but that was...
So either way, I survived this whole story just to die, not doing
God,
this
playing a
sucks.
game with Kai.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I figured you were gonna try to fuck me some way.
I want to tell you right now, that was in the letter from the beginning. I did not change that.
All right.
That's why I asked you 6 times. You want to kill him? You want to kill him? You want to kill him?
It's it was
And the letter said, "Get it after you get the guy." What are we gonna do? We're not.
The guy.
Yeah, but if I'm trying to get the guy and it didn't explicitly say you must take him alive.
Future viewers, if you want to watch a Kai game where everybody lives at the end, kids on bikes.
Don't watch Mothership.
Apparently, with the way this is going, once I go see Big Dallas, that's the end of me.
Technically, all 3 of you survived and prospered, in fact, without any future.
But see, now the next game has
But
to
he's
be...
worried Dallas is gonna kill him.
The next game has to be me killing Big Dallas now.
I hear there's a nice little place called Deadwood, I think.
Okay. Doesn't sound bad.
And on that, the credits roll. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed it. And if you didn't, you should tell us why not in the comments. And if you did, you should tell us why in the comments. Either way, you should like this video and you should subscribe to our channel. So thank you all for playing. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody.
Yeah, Big Dallas has to die next.
That's in the sequel.
Thank you to our dealer, Kai.
Kai.
Thank you. Thank you all.
man.
Thank you all.